I'm already going to heaven no matter what happens. If it ends in a second, I'm up there.
Cat Williams warned him, but Shannon Sharpe didn't listen. Now, the consequences are beyond anything anyone expected.
So it gives me the leeway to do some things that are simply because it's the right thing to do. So the truth of the matter is, they wanted to give me a star.
Welcome to Gossip Unlimited, Cat Williams' chilling prediction. It started with what seemed like a joke. During an appearance on Club Shay Shay, Cat Williams looked Shannon Sharpe dead in the eye and warned him about the dangers of dating young white women.
Please don't consider me and this person been sitting on this list this whole time. And just because they ain't got enough money, they can't get their just due.
The warning wasn't playful. It was layered with truth, history, and real danger. At the time, many laughed it off. But now, it feels less like humor and more like prophecy.
That's crazy. When do you start? That's hurtful. What if somebody can't afford their flowers? You mean they don't get them?
The rise of Shannon Sharpe, a public icon. Before this scandal, Shannon Sharpe was untouchable, a Hall of Fame tight end, an outspoken, meme-worthy sports analyst with charisma, humor, and respect.
No, God don't operate like that. He would send a dummy like me to come and take care of that.
He built a brand rooted in authenticity and a little bit of country charm. People loved Shannon for being real, and that's exactly why this fall from grace hits so hard. Gabriela Zuniga enters the picture. Enter Gabriela Zuniga, a 19-year-old OnlyFans model who, by all accounts, lived a very different life from Shannon. Their paths crossed at the height of Shannon's fame, when he was 54 years old. The age gap wasn't just alarming, it became a central focus of the storm that would soon engulf him. The $50 million lawsuit details the headlines exploded. Gabriela filed a $50 million lawsuit against Shannon. The accusations were devastating: rape, emotional abuse, unauthorized recordings, and threats. This wasn't just a messy breakup, it was an all-out legal war, and the sheer size of the lawsuit suggested the evidence was not going to be pretty. The dark side of the relationship. Among the most disturbing allegations were claims about race play, a controversial and taboo fetish involving racial dynamics. Gabriela's lawsuit described scenarios that made the public recoil, as it portrayed Shannon indulging in deeply uncomfortable fantasies. Instead of being a private matter, these allegations tore through social media, adding layers of disgust and outrage. The power imbalance: a 54-year-old sports legend, a 19-year-old OnlyFans model. The dynamic wasn't just about age, it was about power, fame, influence, and money. Gabriela's legal team painted Shannon as a predator who used his status to manipulate and exploit a young woman barely out of her teens. Even those sympathetic to Shannon struggled to defend the optics. The leaked text messages. Then came the leaked texts. Screenshots showed Gabriela allegedly parroting racially charged phrases Shannon asked her to say. The messages felt transactional, fetishized, and deeply disturbing. It wasn't just that these exchanges existed, it was that they revealed a side of Shannon few could reconcile with the man they thought they knew. The disturbing audio tapes. But texts were only the beginning. Audio clips leaked online, featuring Shannon's voice making chilling comments about choking a small white woman. Once the public heard the audio, the story shifted. It wasn't just accusations, it was evidence, playing over and over, seeping into the public consciousness. Shannon's counterattack strategy faced with a tsunami of backlash, Shannon tried to fight back. His defense? Accusing Gabriela's attorney, Tony Busby, of targeting successful black men. It was a familiar strategy in the court of public opinion, but in this case, it didn't land the way Shannon hoped. Tony Busby's track record. Tony Busby isn't just any lawyer. He's the same high-powered attorney who went after Deshaun Watson, securing settlements from dozens of women. Busby's involvement instantly added credibility to Gabriela's claims. For Shannon, this wasn't just an accusation. It was a coordinated legal assault led by someone who knows exactly how to destroy reputations. Internet's savage reaction. The internet wasted no time. Memes, roasts, savage TikToks, Twitter threads dragging Shannon through the mud. Fans who once celebrated his authenticity now mocked his downfall, turning him into the punchline he never wanted to be. Ignored warnings. Monique and others. And it wasn't just Cat Williams who warned him. Monique, another outspoken voice in the entertainment world, has long cautioned Black men about the dangers of fame, race, and dating dynamics. Shannon had access to the wisdom of those who'd been through it, and he chose to ignore it. The fallout. Sponsors and networks react behind the scenes. The consequences are stacking up. Networks have gone quiet. Brands are reassessing. Shannon's once bright media career is now on life support. Even if no criminal charges stick, the court of public opinion has already delivered a brutal sentence. Shannon's reputation, irreparable damage. There's an old saying, reputation takes a lifetime to build and a second to destroy. Shannon Sharpe learned that the hard way. He may survive the lawsuit legally. He may even continue working in some capacity. But the man who was once the internet's favorite uncle, he's gone. Bigger picture, power, race, and recklessness. Shannon's story isn't just about one man's bad decisions. It's a cautionary tale about fame, power, race, and recklessness, about how old temptations combined with new vulnerabilities can destroy a legacy overnight, and about how sometimes the enemy isn't outside forces. It's the choices we make when we think we're untouchable. Sometimes the biggest warning signs are the ones we choose to ignore. Shannon Sharpe built a legacy from hard work, resilience, and raw talent. But in the end, it wasn't an opponent on the field that took him down. It was choices made behind closed doors, moments of recklessness that couldn't stay hidden forever. This situation is a brutal reminder that no amount of fame, money, or influence can protect you from the consequences of poor judgment. Once trust is broken and respect is lost, rebuilding it becomes almost impossible. And for Shannon, the damage may already be done. What do you think? Can a career or a reputation ever truly recover after something like this? Or is Shannon Sharpe destined to be remembered not for his triumphs, but for his downfall?